perhaps it's all a matter of perspective. Perhaps from a certain perspective, Dade Darrigan's latest assault on the notion of good taste in theatre is in fact the powerful, daring work of non-naturalistic artistry he clearly thinks it is. However, based upon what I was forced to sit through, I have to conclude that the perspective that would enjoy this play is that of a brain-damaged manatee whose sole exposure to any work of artistic merit was the oil slick that killed most of its family and was responsible for the brain damage in the first place. And yet, Mr. Darrigan's theatrical excretions are still highly marketed at the expense of the far more engaging work of up-and-comers whose attempts at interesting dynamic theatre are clouded over by someone who has managed to sway the masses into thinking he is something he definitely is not. A decent artist.
You are going to piss off so many people with this.
Oh, I am counting on it. Dane Darrigan's brain-dead orgy of theatrical second-raters will be out for my blood, and I am looking forward to it.
I don't doubt it. While everyone else laughs their heads off. Brain-damaged manatee?
I thought you'd like that.
It's brilliant. I mean, the whole thing is brilliant, but that was the jewel in the crown.
You see, that's what I like about you, Jamie. You're not afraid to offend. Hey, you get the job.
I like to hope so, with what you're paying me.
Oh, please. If it was up to me, you'd be paid a quarter of what you get. You're just lucky you write for a paper of this size.
So I'm not worth more than a quarter of what I get.
We watch plays, and we write about them for a living. I'm not worth what I get.
Comforting.
And true.
So you're scared Dane Darrigan's going to put a hit out on you soon?
If he had two testicles to rub together, he would have done it years ago. But you don't become Melbourne's top experimental theatre director without a terminal lack of testosterone.
I like what you said about the up-and-comers. It'd be great if we could get people to take new talent more seriously.
Sure.
I've got this friend. She's been doing independent theatre for a while, and it's so hard for her to get people to see her stuff. I mean, she can't get any funding because it all goes to people like Darrigan, and she can't get the papers to take her seriously for a review or an interview or anything. It's like she's got it all there and ready to go. Buckets of talent, quality productions, but she just needs the spark to ignite her career. I was thinking...
No.
Sorry?
No. You can't review her.
Why not?
We're a newspaper. We're respected. We don't deal in favours.
How is that a favour?
You reviewing your friend instead of any of the other young theatre makers is definitely a favour.
Come on. Everyone says this industry is about who you know. Emma knows me. I can help her.
We're critics. We're not here to help. We're here to critique.
Which is what I'm going to do.
And how can you critique if you can't be impartial?
I'm not involved with the play.
Yes, but you're involved with your friend. What were you saying just now about how she can't catch a break? Well, hey, that's bias.
Then get someone else to review her.
Like who? I take it this is playing in some not-for-profit loft space where you can hear the running water from the squatters upstairs and the action on stage is punctuated by the beeping of car horns from outside?
That's not the point.
Exactly. You're the only one I could send. Everyone else would just laugh in my face. And I can't send you because you're biased.
I won't be, I promise.
Oh, Jamie, how can you promise that? And even if you could, it's a waste of page space. Look, there are hundreds of plays going on around this city. We've got to give priority to the ones that people might actually see.
Shouldn't we prioritise the ones people won't see so that someone actually sees them?
How do people become successful in theatre?
Who they know.
No, an imperfect combination of luck and hard work. Hard work comes first. How many plays has your friend put on?
This is her third.
Exactly. She's a novice. Jamie, it would be kinder not to review her while she's trying to find her feet. Some of the senior critics would just rip her to shreds.
That's the risk she takes.
It's a no, Jamie. Did your friend put you up to this?
No. Yes.
Oh, typical playwrights. They think everyone needs to line up around them, and if you don't, well then you're getting in the way of their art. Look, consider yourself saved. Go along, apologise profusely. If your friend's any good, she'll get where she deserves to be without your help. Trust me, it's best for you to stay clear of the whole thing.
what's your professional opinion on that? Bet you're glad you're not reviewing it now.
You think?
What the hell was that?
The reason I drink.
Yeah. Alright, let's get out of here before...
Jamie! Ellie!
That was unbelievable!
Thank you. Oh, man, I mean, that went off without a hitch. I was really nervous the audience wouldn't get it, you know, but the energy in the room, I mean, I could feel it radiating off them. I mean, everyone was so engaged, which, you know, obviously made my performance that much better.
Well, I almost didn't know it was you up there.
Oh, well, you know how it is. On stage, you become someone else.
Yeah, and you wrote and directed too, you know, the whole thing, all by yourself. Wow.
I mean, really, the story wrote itself. I'm just the vessel.
Well, it certainly felt like something otherworldly. I just can't believe you're able to, I guess, you know, handle something of that potency. And all by yourself as well. Jamie, can you believe that? Just thinking about it makes me want to drink. Drinks?
Yes. So you liked it?
I did!
Man, that's such a shame about your boss. I mean, what a bitch.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed off about it.
I just, you know, I mean, the show was so good tonight, and you were here, and you loved it, and, oh well, I mean, it's not your fault. It just would have been nice to get some people in.
Well, hey, people post about it on Facebook. And...
Yeah, but that's not the same as the exposure your paper gets. I mean, all it would have taken was a tiny little review, you know, just one little write-up, and we could have filled some shows. It just seems so unfair.
It is.
I mean, you know, we work so hard on this stuff. We pour our hearts and our souls into it, and nobody can get off their goddamn asses and come out to see it. Do you know what Dave said to me the other night? That it was too expensive. I mean, are you fucking serious? It's $20. I mean, that's less than he's going to go pay to see the latest shitty superhero film, but apparently it's too much to get some real art in his life. Not to mention the fact that he's supporting a friend, but whatever.
Well, hey, I'm here, and I thought it was great. It was really different, unique. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Can I get that in print? I'm sorry, I'm being bitter, you know. I see you with your dream job.
Oh, hey, don't say stuff like that. I sold out, right? You write plays. I just review them. You create stuff. I just mercilessly tear it to shreds.
Well, hey, with the money you make, maybe you could get back in the game.
You remember what happened the last time I tried to write a play?
Oh, hey, Blood Debt had, you know, redeeming features.
Maybe two.
Well, yeah, now you have more perspective. You get paid to analyse plays. You know how they work. You could rewrite Blood Debt and beat us all at our own game.
I think I'll leave playwriting to the playwrights. But hey, I'm proud of you, even if I couldn't publish the fact.
It means a lot, and thanks for trying. Oh, shit, sorry guys, that's my dad. I'm going to have to go, but I'll chat to you later. Thanks for coming. Cheers.
I bet he's real proud right now. Watching his daughter writhe about the stage pretending to have an orgasm had to be something. Can I ask, what was that sound she made? I don't know what kind of sex she's having, but I don't think humans are supposed to make that sound.
Shit, that was hard. Should have been an actor. What the hell was Emma thinking when she wrote that? Was she drunk when she started it and directed it and produced it? Is she drunk now? Should we have an intervention?
Hey, she's your friend. But I wouldn't blame you cutting ties after that. Knowing your buddies are capable of crimes against humanity can't be easy.
Okay, don't be a tool.
Oh, well, apparently it's turned your mild drinking problem into full-blown alcoholism.
Speaking of which, let's go home and get drunk so I can purge the memories and I don't have to lie to Emma's face again. Oh, sorry. Hi, Susan.
Jamie, how are you?
Good.
Did you see that play?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, brilliant. Ned's sick and he can't deliver his column by tomorrow night, so I'll get you to go ahead with that review after all.
Oh no, Susan, I don't think that's it. Susan,
No,
Susan, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Susan, Susan. Purity by Emma Smith is an interesting if flawed... Purity by Emma Smith is a dynamic, fascinating, thought-provoking exploration of... Purity by Emma Smith has lofty intentions, but ultimately falls short due to muddled themes, uneven acting, awful dialogue, and a...
Honey, I'm home! Oh, please don't tell me you're still agonising over that fucking review.
Okay, I won't.
So what are you doing?
Agonising over that fucking review. Well, what would you have me do?
Just be honest. It's not your fault Emma shit the bed.
Ellie, it's not that easy to tear your best friend's hard work to shreds.
Oh, I'm hurt.
Even calling you a friend is a bit of a stretch. You're the perpetual migraine I have to live with.
You're so sweet when you're mad.
Fuck you.
Why don't you let me write it?
If you can't be helpful, you can leave.
I can be helpful.
I seriously doubt that.
Okay. Why don't you just write about how, you know, it has all this potential, but how it's constrained by a small budget and lack of experience?
Susan would see through that in a heartbeat. She'd tell me it's not my job to make excuses for shitty plays, and she'd be right, by the way. You put something out there and ask people to pay for it, it better be fucking worth their time.
Write that then.
The Emma factor remains.
So write a good review. Don't make excuses. Just announce to the world the thrilling arrival of an explosive new talent.
I can't lie.
You work for a major newspaper, isn't that half your job?
What? No.
Journalists don't have integrity.
I'm a critic, not a journalist. The whole point of my job is to be honest.
But who's going to know? You're only lying about your opinion.
Exactly. I write a good review. It goes out to thousands of people. You know what that means? That means someone parts with their hard-earned cash and goes to see that shit on my word. They never trust me again. I can't start my career as a tasteless sycophant, and if it gets out that we're friends, I'm fucked.
I don't know if anyone cares that much about theatre.
If someone takes the time to read a theatre review, I'd be inclined to think they just might.
Well, I don't know. I think it's fuck Susan's asked you to write this.
Well, technically I asked her.
After Emma asked you, so it's her fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is, I still have to write it.
Can you get out of it?
Considering my 8 missed calls from Susan, probably not. It's 10 now. She said by tomorrow night, which is tonight, which is now.
You're fucked.
Pretty much. I hate this. I hate this so much. Why couldn't the play be good?
Fucking Emma and her lack of talent.
That's just it. I don't think she's talentless. I think she's great.
We saw the same play, right?
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, but that's the game. Like, you want someone to come and review you, you best be prepared for a bad one. If she's any kind of professional, Emma has to know that. And if you're any kind of professional, you've got to write it. Besides, isn't that like the best part of being a critic, getting to tear stuff to shreds?
No. Jesus Christ, Ellie, do you think I like telling people their work is shit? I used to be in the theatre scene. I know how much work goes into it. Look, for an actor or a director or a producer or whatever, a bad review, it's more than just someone's opinion. You're supposed to just brush it off, but what if it's right? What if there are good points in there that never even occurred to you because you were too close to the piece to see them? I mean, sure, at first you probably just brush it off and go into denial and insist the reviewer is a moron or whatever, but imagine how it must feel when it eventually hits home that they were right. You've spent months working on something and trying to get people to see it, and then suddenly staring you in the face is this huge problem that you completely missed, and it's too late to change it, and for the rest of the run you may just be sitting there knowing that what you're presenting to an audience may just be fucking awful. Ellie, I legitimately want the plays I see to be good. I really do.
So why do you review then?
Look, none of this is relevant to the problem at hand.
Well, broadly speaking, it kind of is. I mean, like, stuff you should have thought about before you became a professional eviscerator of people's hopes and dreams.
You're a piece of shit.
Ah, save the admonishments for the review, mate.
Fuck it, I'm writing a good review.
Wait, what?
Look, I never should have agreed to it, but I did. And you know, good critics have given good reviews to shit things before. Opinions are subjective,
No,
right?
not in the case of the play we saw, they're not.
Shut up! I'll write a good review, it'll run, hopefully people ignore it, and then we'll forget this ever happened.
No, your boss is going to see through it.
Susan would never waste her time seeing plays like this. Worst case scenario, a couple of angry old people write into the paper disagreeing with me. I'll make up the difference with later reviews.
But you can't just go and write...
Purity was a masterpiece. That's all anyone will ever know.
No. Can I help you?
No. But she can.
Susan!
Catch you at a bad time?
No,
I'm sorry, I was under the impression that you would be writing or dead, seeing you haven't been responding to any of my calls.
I am writing.
Oh, so you're drinking on the job.
Oh,
Have you finished the review?
not yet, I'm doing it now.
On a belly full of bourbon?
I only just opened this.
I'm sorry, but I thought you would get this to me sooner. You're usually pretty diligent.
Sorry, busy day?
Did something happen that stopped you from getting this piece to me earlier?
No, you said by
It's
night.
a 500-word write-up on a tiny play. You should have been able to knock this out in 2 minutes. What is so hard about this?
She hated it.
No, I didn't.
Is that true?
No. No. I thought it was great. It was interesting and left of centre and really, really unique. It made me consider a lot of things about myself and the way we live our lives. There were a lot of powerful metaphors in there about Australian culture and stuff, and it never once felt heavy-handed or obvious at all. It was subtle and incisive.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Why wouldn't I be sure?
Jamie, I want you to be honest with me. Did you really like the play?
Yes,
So you're writing a good review?
I am glowing.
And you'll stand by that good review?
Yes.
You look me in the eye, even if the whole planet disagrees with you, and you'll swear that that opinion is your honest one?
Yes.
Even if I tell you I just went and saw Purity?
Well, did you?
Does it matter? Your opinion's your own, right? Not coloured by mine.
No.
I'll ask you once again, what kind of review are you going to write?
She's my friend.
I should have thought of that before you asked me.
Well, I didn't.
I need something to put in tomorrow's newspaper.
You've seen the play? Why don't you review it?
This is good for you. You need to make a choice.
I don't have a choice. You'll fire me if I write a good review.
No, I won't. But I will know what kind of critic you are. Jamie, personal bias infects everything. There's no way around it. The best critics either lean into it and make that bias part of the argument, or they distance themselves from it. This is an important moment for you.
Does it have to be?
Yes! Stop being so pathetic. You've got 1 hour to email me the review, and if I don't get it, then I will fire you. Oh, and if there's one typo or hint that it was written by someone drunk off their ass, there will be hell to pay.
Well, go on then. Make magic happen.
Late enough for me to have bought the paper and read your real opinion. You lying cunt. Purity by Emma Smith is a muddled, dull slog of a play that not even a few moments of ill-advised weirdness can bring to life. Everything from the cheap sets to the poorly fitting costumes, to the uncomfortable to watch central performance of the writer-director makes for a downright painful viewing experience. Jesus Christ, Jesus fucking Christ! What the hell have you got to say for yourself?
What am I meant to say?
Start with an explanation.
I didn't like the play.
Really? Thanks for clarifying that.
I couldn't tell people it was good.
You told me you liked it.
I wasn't viewing it then?
Oh, what? So there's a difference. You can't be honest when it's just the two of us, but you can be when you're preaching to an audience of thousands. You're supposed to be my friend.
I am your friend.
Friends don't write shit like this.
I'm sorry, Emma. I really am. I wish I hadn't been in this
You know, you
position.
could have just lied.
No.
Do you know how hard I work? How much I try with my plays? I mean, Jesus Christ, it's my art. It's who I am, and you have just torn
I'm
it
under absolutely no obligation to like it. Emma, literally no one is asking you to do this. You self-produce. If you stop doing it, nobody would care. Basically, you're asking people to pay for stuff you come up with in your spare time. And what? Because of that, people have to like it?
No. You don't have to like it. You also don't have to write things like this. There is a way of being critical without being an asshole. Apparently you haven't figured that out yet.
I'm just being
Honest? Okay, let me give you some constructive criticism. What you're writing here doesn't come across as honest analysis. It's too vitriolic for that. What you're writing here comes across as spite. And spite implies jealousy.
What?
I get it. You tried to write a play and it was a fucking mess. You learnt the hard way that you don't have any talent. Well, no, not the hard way. The hard way would have involved actually having the guts to put something on. But that's irrelevant now. The point is that you have spent so long watching me actually produce stuff and actually get better. Meanwhile, you've taken the easy way out, where all you have to do is shit on people to get ahead. And now you've had your chance to try and cut me down. This is tall poppy syndrome, right?
You know, the only people who believe in tall poppy syndrome are the ones who think they're experiencing it. Because maybe it's easier than admitting they're just not very good at what they do.
You know, I have always wondered what makes someone want to become a critic. Now I think I know. No, actually, maybe I've always sort of suspected that this was your consolation prize for not being able to actually write a play.
Look, you're angry. I get that. Maybe when you've calmed down, you realise I had a point. Emma, that play was garbage. I'm sorry, but it was. And if you didn't want to hear that, maybe you shouldn't have invited a critic
I
to watch
invited my friend
to do her job, which she did. Emma, I may be your friend, but I'm not just going to be another sycophant telling you you're amazing. I value my career way too much for that. I know what good theatre looks like, and that
this is
was
coming
not...
from the person who wrote Blood Debt.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, it just seems a little bit odd that someone so familiar with what good theatre looks like is so incapable of writing it.
This has nothing to do with blood debt. I learned what I'm good at. Do the same. If you can't accept criticism, you're not cut out for this. You want to be a playwright? Grow a fucking backbone! Now get out of my house before you embarrass yourself any further!
Fuck you, Jamie!
Hey, what's blood debt?
Why?
Ella posted about it on her blog this morning. Apparently everyone's going on about it.
What?
Yeah, apparently it's the worst thing since Rebecca Black.
What?
Ah, good, you're here. One or two interesting things have been happening on the internet. Pedestrian, bitter slam critic gets exactly what she deserves. Upworthy. This critic tore her friend's play to shreds. You won't believe what happens next. BuzzFeed. Critic gets a taste of her own medicine and people just can't deal. Should I go on?
Please don't.
You've caused quite a stir.
I haven't. Emma has.
Well, she didn't have to do much. Did a bloody good job of discrediting yourself with this play.
What do you want me to say? I'm sorry for writing a shitty play when I was 18? Or I'm sorry I did what you wanted and tore Purity apart?
I never told you to tear Purity apart.
Susan, please, don't play games. What was all that shit about at my house the other night? All that you have to make a choice stuff. I chose, and now I've royally fucked myself, so thanks for that.
I never told you to write a bad review.
Susan, with all due respect, don't play games. You told me it's impurity and
I never once said I didn't like it.
What?
You're labouring under the assumption that I hated the play and expected you to do the same.
You didn't. You didn't hate it.
No. Oh, it was rough, sure. And nowhere near as clever and edgy as it thought it was, but oh God, I've seen a lot worse. I was actually quite impressed.
You... all that stuff about... I wrote that because of you.
Oh, so you didn't hate the play?
Of course I fucking hated the play! It was pretentious bullshit, but I could have been... I don't know, more equivocal about it or something.
Do you think any degree of honesty would have been okay with Emma?
This isn't about Emma, this is about you playing games with me.
Jodie, I didn't tell you what I thought about the review because I didn't want my opinion to influence you.
Oh, good job.
I wanted you to write the kind of review you wanted to write. I give you autonomy because I value your voice.
I thought you wanted me to be bold, honest, out there.
No, I just want you to be the kind of critic you want to be.
Fuck. Well, doesn't matter now. I'm a laughing stock. I've got no credibility.
Maybe.
I take it you're going to fire me?
Why would I do that?
Well, because of blood debt.
Jamie, I never asked you to be a playwright. I mean, it's lucky you're not one based on this. But it has no bearing on your ability to review.
Well, sure, you know that, but the general public doesn't.
Oh, the general public get bored fast. Hold your head up, give it a couple of weeks and it'll all blow over. And then you can hit back and harder. Press release. Emma Smith's new play. She's holding auditions already.
That was fast.
Yeah, probably cashing in on a current viral fame. In a couple of months, you can go along and review this, and then you can fuck her just as royally as she's fucked you.
But no one will take me seriously after this.
Maybe not when you're reviewing Emma's work, but hey, that's why we have pseudonyms.
Is that legal?
In a case like this, it's practically required.
I don't think I can. I'm too prejudiced. How can I give her a fair review?
Jamie, why the hell would you want to after this? Was it fair of Emma to leak blood debt? That was a dirty, horrible move. Well, I'm not surprised. It is a theatre after all. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let another entitled upstart with no idea what a critic's job is tear down one of my own. Not on my watch. So, you'll go along, you'll see whatever she comes up with next, and you'll destroy it. I'll give you a page for it. Make a feature of it. Use any lingering attention from this debacle. Teach Emma a lesson she won't soon forget. How do you hurt a critic? Attack their credibility. How do you hurt an artist? Attack their art. I am giving you the means to launch an all-out attack on Emma. Teach her that she's made an enemy she will regret every day she tries to make theatre in this town. Best case scenario, she gets the hell out of Melbourne before she becomes famous as the most loathed playwright on the scene.
Is this another test?
No. It's just good old-fashioned revenge.
And you would condone this?
Condone it? Jamie, I've been doing it myself for years.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 90s, I was Dame Darrigan's go-to dramaturge. I was practically his muse. We dated. We worked on everything together. Oh, we were going to take Melbourne by storm. I kept his wilder creative impulses in check and made sure that the theatre he made back then was something really special. And then what happens? Some sexy young actress straight out of high school comes on the scene. And lo and behold, Darrigan ditches me for someone who would never challenge him, who would only open her mouth to stick his dick in it. After everything we shared, he had no right to treat me that way. But do you know what I just heard? Ticket sales for his latest play have been appalling. He's been steadily losing audiences for years. And why? Because after every one of his shows, our newspaper, read by thousands, makes a compelling, passionate case for why you should not part with your hard-earned cash to see his theatrical assaults on the arts. Yeah, sure. At first his followers still went on. But here's the thing. People are stupid. And because we're critics, and because we appear in print and therefore have credibility, then they have to wonder if maybe, just maybe, no matter how much they enjoyed what they just saw, that maybe they're wrong. I mean, the secret here, of course, is that opinions are just opinions, and apart from being slightly more articulate and informed, ours aren't worth more than the average punters. But people think they are. And the more of Darrigan's fans go and see one of his plays after reading a savage review, the more insecure they get. Or maybe they're wrong. Maybe when a big newspaper implies that only an idiot would enjoy his work, then maybe they're the idiot. And eventually, they stop going. Eventually, they don't want to look stupid. And eventually, Darrigan's career, for all the promise and potential it has, shrivels up and dies. Because he did me wrong, and made the one enemy no one in his field ever wants to make. And trust me, he's regretted it every day since.
But shouldn't the artist be separate from the art?
The art comes from the artist. It's an expression of who they are. If who they are is an absolute prick, then how much value can the art have? Jamie, we work in a bitter, angry, spiteful industry, full of jaded people out to get each other. We have the power, more than Dame Darrigan or Emma Smith or anyone. You worry about bias, don't. Every opinion in the world is coloured by bias. Look, you go and see plays that you relate to because they depict situations you've been in. Ergo, you enjoy them as someone that doesn't relate. That's bias. There's no way around it, even if we'd like to pretend otherwise. So own it. I am giving you a free pass right now to get back at her.
What about blood debt?
We don't respond. You proceed with dignity, keep reviewing, don't address it. And come Emma's next play, you strike.
Do you reckon being here with a famous person will get us free drinks?
We're already getting free drinks.
Yeah, free drinks that aren't just $2 wine.
Considering the person whose play this is,
I doubt it. I wonder if anyone recognises you.
well, I only get one abusive tweet about blood debt a week now, so maybe I'm okay.
Any sign of Emma?
Not yet.
This will be the first time you've spoken to her since purity, right?
If we speak, it'll be the first time in 3 months.
God, I'd pay good money to see that.
You'd be wasting it. If I was Emma, I would not want to speak to me.
That sounds like wishful thinking.
You think I want to speak to her?
Well, I assume you want to give her a piece of your mind, yeah.
No, I plan on it. Just not in person.
Charity, thy name is Jamie. You realise the moment she sees you, she's going to know why you're here, even if you do the review under a fake name.
It doesn't matter if she does. All she can do is try and claim it after the fact. Most people think she's just trying to save face.
I'd like to think most people would be bored of this view by now.
Oh, me too. But I'm not doing this to reignite anything.
So why are you doing it? What would you do if the play's good?
Tell everyone it's bad. Based on the evidence, I doubt I'll have to lie,
But
though.
you will. Even if the play's good.
Ellie, she deserves it. More than deserves it. She's practically begged me to do it. She almost destroyed my career, and
And what? Now you're sinking to her level?
every review has bias. Sometimes we're just more aware of it. It doesn't change anything.
That sounds suspiciously like something someone else told you.
So what if it is? It doesn't make it not right. Anyway, the point's moot. You and I both know this play will be a piece of shit.
I guess. I just never took you for that kind of critic, you know? I mean, wasn't the whole reason you were so tangled up about purity in the first place because you thought you had to be honest?
Yeah, well, look where that got me.
Well, this is a surprise.
Emma.
Jamie.
This is nice. Oh, would you look at that? Our drinks are empty. I'd best replenish them.
Well, I'm surprised to see you here.
Is that so?
I'm surprised to see you showing your face in public at all.
I could have said the same thing after purity.
But here we are.
Here we are.
So what, you here to review this one as well? Vent all that spite?
I could just be here to support quality theatre made by talented artists.
You know, I always wondered after Blood Debt, after that tutor at uni made you cry in class about it, I always wondered if there was some part of you that was doing this as some kind of revenge. Some kind of attack on creatives. You know, all you had to do was keep working at it and not give up after one shit play and join the other side. Nobody is good at writing when they first start. But you could never accept that, could you? You had to be the best from day one, and when you couldn't be, when I started getting ahead of you, you had to find a way to dominate. You know, I read all your early reviews when you first got that job, and you were always fair. You always cut some slack. But the moment it was my play, it was all over the top savagery. And you know what? I just can't get my head around that. The only reason I can think of is that you were jealous.
Yeah, I was. Back at uni, you did better than me and I hated the fact. But it didn't take me long to realise I was never a creative person. At least not in the same way as you. Sure, on some level I was a writer, but not one who could come up with ideas and plots and characters and all that. And it was rough to realise, but I accepted it. I don't review theatre because I hate it. I review theatre because I love it. I love it so much, and this is the only way I can be a part of it. The only way I can live and breathe it. I don't want to see bad plays, and I sure as fuck don't want to tell people, especially not my friends, that their plays are bad. But see, that's your problem. Arrogance and a total lack of respect for me. It's easier for you to assume that there's something wrong with me than with your play. And it never even occurred to you that maybe I was just trying to do my job the right way, even though it killed me to write about you like that. But I had to be harder on you than anyone else, otherwise my bias would shine through. I knew you would be hurt. I knew you would be angry, but I never for a second thought you would take something you knew I was ashamed of, something I chose to walk away from, something I never wanted to see the light of day, and use it to hurt me.
You use purity to hurt me.
No, I would never do that. You put purity before the public. You asked people to pay for it, and therefore you had to believe it was worthwhile. It wasn't some sore point for you, Emma. It wasn't some private mistake that you wanted to bury. It was something you purported to treat professionally, which said to me I could do the same in turn. But really only one of us turned out to be the professional, didn't they? Because here's the thing. I think it would have been so easy for you to brush off my opinion of my review of purity as just an opinion if you didn't agree with it. I think you knew it was bad. Even if you couldn't admit it to yourself, you knew. And that is fucked. You asked people to pay for it. You asked me to write about it. And when I said everything you were scared of hearing, it was easier for you to take me down than accept your mistake.
That's not true.
Isn't it? If you thought my review was wrong, if you thought it was off point, it should have been easy for you to brush off that review.
It wasn't easy brushing off a friend doing that.
No, it wasn't. Except I was justified and you weren't. I tried to play nice. I tried to be a professional adult. I figured that's where we both were. You proved me wrong. So you know what? I can play dirty too. We've cleared a whole page in tomorrow's paper. A big full colour feature. We're using the attention from your little viral tantrum to justify it. And I will delight in breaking apart everything you try to create tonight. And the best part? There is nothing whatsoever you can do to defend it. I'll be writing under a pseudonym, and sure, you can tell people that. But who's going to believe you? It's just going to sound like the desperate lies of a malicious person. And if there's one thing you've proved to the world at large, because it sure as fuck isn't your talent, it's how very malicious you can be.
Jamie.
And it won't stop there. Every play you do, every awful, shambolic, theatrical nightmare you try to unleash on this town, I will be there every time to cut you down to size, and I will never, ever feel guilty about it, because if I eventually drive you out of this scene, I will have done the world a favour. Show's about to start. See you on the other side.
Jamie. I hope you enjoy the show.
It's open.
Hi. I read the review. Thanks.
Why are you thanking me?
Well, it was good. I mean, it was really good.
Yeah?
And you didn't have to do that.
The play was good, Emma. So yeah, I kind of did. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing my job properly.
Hey, look, do you want to go out and get some breakfast or something? It'll be my shout.
No.
But the review was...
The play was good, Emma. I wish I could have demolished it.
Jamie, I am so sorry. I never should have released Blood Debt.
No, you shouldn't have. Now I'd appreciate it if you'd leave.
You know, I am really sorry.
I really don't care. Don't think this means I'll go easy on the next one.
Well, I guess I'll have to make them all that good.
Yeah. You will.
Well, I thought it was shit.